Boom.
Here we go.
Thank you, Geek Mother. Thank you. I'm new too, so.
Yes, it's true. Sometimes we don't know whether to say more or say less. But nonetheless, this is a Method Podcast. I'm Jay Noetic.
I'm Remy Mulatto.
I bring the content.
And I bring the chaos.
And to be completely honest, we believe the best way to have truthful conversations
is to have mostly everyone talking honestly over drinks.
And that's what we call a method. Welcome to the method heads out there, aka the meth heads.
What'd you just mouth? You
I
mouthed
said, hey,
over
meth heads.
Shout out
Crystal back in the building.
We got Crystal Clear Vision
Bringing
back
the lights.
in the building.
Bringing the shine, bringing the...
For a magnificent topic that we're going to get into here shortly.
I'm glad you're here.
I missed y'all so much.
I've been
like,
trying
for
to get
real.
you back on the podcast like real soon.
Y'all just need to
And we
make
couldn't
me
do
a
it.
freaking, like, whatever the word is. A host. Is that the word?
I mean, you can commit every Thursday.
Hey, that's a
yeah,
lot.
I was gonna
That's
say
a lot.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, let's check your schedule first.
I got
Exactly.
commitment issues. Don't try me.
Hey, but we thank y'all wherever y'all listening. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcast streaming platform, we appreciate you. If you are joining us live,
If you're live with us right now, we appreciate you.
as
And
well.
please say what's up.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm all
please
about
say
the
what's
what's
up.
ups. You know, ask questions. Tell us how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Tell us if you like Crystal's hair, because I do. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I saw her, I was like, all right, hey, beautiful, what's up?
he came in here throwing compliments. I was like, damn.
Listen.
And I didn't
here's-
get shit. He was just like, fuck you, get away.
I mean, I see you every week, dog.
He's like, that fucking hat.
Nice
Yo,
beard, I
if you're
guess.
joining from TikTok,
Right.
thank you so much. This is like my second time going live.
All right, y'all. We're going to get right into the Method Movie. Method Movie is where I play a clip from a movie I randomly chose, and Crystal and Remy will need to guess the name of the movie.
I suck at this.
Method Head, you can guess the name of the movie as well. That is the goal.
If you know the name of the movie on TikTok, shout it out so I can win, okay?
They might not be able to hear it, though, because
They can hear you.
No, so you
they,
got a whole
they
community.
can't hear the audio, though.
Crystal got a whole community
Yes.
on her side.
Every time I go to this clip like that,
Shout out to
it
the
does
Crystal
not
community.
play.
What's your TikTok?
All right, here we go.
Crystal Clear Vizzy 1.
This is a clip. This is an audio clip first. Don't try to guess this.
Turn my spare room into a
You know, I don't pay for YouTube, so I got these ads in here.
Oh, God.
We pay YouTube on this podcast.
For real. For real.
YouTube ain't paying.
All right,
us
here we
yet.
go.
You know, what is it like? Will has an attachment disorder? Is it all that stuff?
What movie is this?
Fear of abandonment?
I don't watch enough
Is that
TV.
why I broke up with Skylar?
I didn't know you
Broke up
had
with-
it. I did. You want to talk about it?
No.
All right, this is two white men.
Clearly.
Two of them
Hey, Will.
whites
A lot of
I don't
rustling.
know a lot.
talking about.
Just listen.
You see this? Holy shit.
I don't know this movie.
Oh, you can't hear it.
Does
Geek
anybody
Mother?
know this movie?
This is not your fault.
Somebody knows it.
What is it?
I ain't gonna say what they said,
I
but
can't.
they may have got it.
Look
I
at me,
don't know
son.
what it is.
Two very
It's not
famous
your fault.
actors.
Are they black?
Very.
One of
It's
them
not
passed
your
away.
fault.
That narrows it down. None.
A white man that passed
I
away.
know.
Robin Williams.
Oh, it's Robin
Okay,
Hood.
it's
No,
Robin
it's
Williams,
Joker.
but what's the movie?
Is
Mrs.
it fucking Dead
Doubtfire.
Poet Society?
It's
No.
not your fault.
It sounds serious.
It's not Mrs. Doubtfire?
No.
I only know one Robin Williams.
It sounds super serious, and that's the only one I know that he's serious
I
in.
finally stumped him. This is Good Will Hunting.
I have not seen that movie.
Good Will Hunting.
Who's seen Good Will
Ed got it.
Hunting?
Everyone.
I've
is
never heard of
Robin
it.
Williams
Ed got that one.
and Matt Damon.
Of course, Ed would have got it.
It's a great movie. I don't know how you not know it.
I didn't watch white movies in the 90s.
Geek Mother, I gotta watch more
TV.
TV. Have you ever seen that movie he was talking about? I have no idea.
Good Will Hunting. So it came out in
Watch it this
19.
weekend.
Came out in 1997.
Ed
by
is
the way.
laughing at you for saying Miss Doubtfire.
Yeah, I mean this is Doubtfire.
I only know one Robin Williams movie.
Yeah, he was definitely high on something in Miss Doubtfire, so you would have got a lot more energy.
Oh, well.
So Robin Williams, where do y'all place him
As a comedic actor?
Let's just say actor in general.
As an actor, he falls a
is he an
lot.
amazing act? Like is he a top actor?
Who?
When-
Robin
once-
Williams?
Robin Williams.
Yeah, once you think about, if you just say actor, he falls further down the list. what I'm saying?
But he
There's
had
so many
amazing
great
movies
actors.
he did. Goodwill
I didn't see
Hunting,
Goodwill
Dead
I only
Side
know
Society.
one
Since I
Robin
didn't-
Williams movie.
Since
Mr.
I didn't-
Doubtfire is all you knew.
That's it.
Yeah, and that's
Was
the
he-
one.
Shame.
Was he in
Shame.
other movies? Like
Yes. Don't do him like
Well,
that.
movies-
where would you put him?
Probably not in the top 10.
That's what I'm saying.
But I wonder if people
Are
you know,
sleeping on Marvin
no, we know,
Williams.
you know how people do. When someone passed away, they make them greater than they are.
Of course.
when they were.
yeah, I don't think we
You
did
know?
that with Robin Williams.
Oh,
I
he
think-
was in Aladdin. Geek
Yeah.
Mother says he was in Aladdin.
That's as soon as he did the genie in Aladdin, like Robin Williams became Robin Williams to us.
But he did
Wait,
Jumanji, which
He
was
did all-
amazing.
he did a
he
lot of
was
good
in
stuff.
Jumanji.
Jumanji. He
did a lot of good
did
stuff.
Patch Adams. Geek
Patch
Mother knows
Adam.
her. She knows her stuff.
What Dreams May Come. A Night at the Museum. He was in that. He did some good movies.
I don't know
Yeah.
none of those.
A Night at the Museum. Oh, I'm not.
Now,
Wait,
Bicentennial Man wasn't very
I actually
good.
like that movie. I
Did
thought that
you?
movie was great.
1997. So I think I want to go back and watch this movie. Reason I was 17
Right.
in 1997. So I
you
think
wouldn't have.
rewatching it as a 40-year-old man, grown ass man,
Right.
it'll hit different.
Yeah.
Are there any movies that y'all want to go back? You ever thought about going back? 'Cause I need to watch this as an adult.
I still need to watch all the Godfather movies.
I've never seen a single Godfather movie.
I still have to do that.
Baby
and Ed tells me
Boy.
that every day.
all black movies.
all those black love movies.
wanna rewatch Baby
yes,
Boy?
because it's some bullshit.
You didn't see it 50 times on BET already?
Yeah, I'm sure
Like
she
I've
did.
seen that movie at
I'm sure
least
she
50
did.
times
But
because
like
of BET.
basketball, what's the basketball love movie? That
Love and
shit?
Basketball.
Love and basketball.
Right, like
so you want to reevaluate with your like
yes,
grown up brain, like
because
yo, this is
that's-
some bullshit.
Exactly, like that's
Oh,
how
that's
we get into
interesting.
these situations because we
That is
believe that's
interesting.
love. No, that was abuse.
That was oh shit. We got to do a whole fucking episode about that then, because black entertainment. We talked about doing black entertainment.
Well, you also got to remember that when we go back to the 90s, we're also going back to a time that's completely different than now.
Sure.
Right? And what the beliefs are, what was acceptable, what we can talk about. I'm sure they always painted a black woman in a very negative light in the 90s, you
Love
know?
and basketball is the epitome of toxic relationships. Like
That's funny. I would love to have that conversation because
I know you would.
I think the same, except I judge from the male perspective.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, she was toxic as fuck.
wait a minute, no.
I just did a post
I
about
don't know,
Rosie
man.
Perez in her role
Right,
as
right.
White Men Can't Jump.
Now is that toxic? I mean, we should probably.
She
mention what it
said,
is.
baby, I'm thirsty. Wakes him up out of his sleep. Baby, I'm thirsty. He gets up. Woody Allen gets up. Woody Harrelson.
Woody
Harrelson.
Gets up, gets her a glass of water, brings it back. She says, when I say I'm thirsty, you're not supposed to bring me water.
Yeah.
He was like, what the fuck I'm supposed to do then?
She fucking set him up like for a trap. She was like, "You about to look stupid to me right now."
Yeah, you're supposed to empathize
Thank you.
and say, oh, well, I'm thirsty too.
Right.
He was like, threw the water in her
Yeah,
face
it
and
was
got her.
like,
Like, man,
fuck
this
this
is stupid.
conversation.
I don't remember that
So
part of the movie.
go
but-
back. I posted
Yeah,
it the
you
other day.
reposted
So, all right. Well, we're gonna move into method lessons, man.
Iman
Method
said,
lessons.
Iman said Mork and Mindy for Robin Williams.
Mork
Mork
and
and
Mindy.
Mindy. Y'all didn't watch that?
That's
It was
definitely
a-
something Iman
It
would.
was a good little like kind of dumb '90s show, but for what it was it was interesting. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
That's something Iman would definitely know.
It had a whole gimmick to it. He was like an alien living with a white woman.
Reading
I don't know nothing about that.
is fundamental. Now let's get on with this school thing.
Let you join what, T Lover?
Teach.
All right, y'all. Method lessons is where we recap what we learned last week or this week. In your case, Crystal, you can recap the last month and a half because you ain't been here. So,
You see how they try to sneak diss me,
was that a diss?
fuckers.
I would never sneak this. Everything is for the throat. Like,
For the
Coming for the
jugular.
throat. Coming for the throat.
so you want to go first?
No, you should go first.
I should
Yes,
go
please,
first.
thank
You
Okay,
didn't go
so-
first last week at all.
So I learned, now that I'm thinking about it in this moment, I'm not very good at taking my own advice. Because I'll tell friends of mine things that they should do all the time. And I'm right, 100% right. But when it comes to me, it's not something that I would even think to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, unless somebody tells me. But so I think maybe that shows in like my personality. Like, I can be communicated with or whatever, but I don't communicate very well with myself. And I think I communicate well with others, but not really as well with myself.
Well-
So Because I told a friend, I said, you coming for me? Don't
No,
come
no,
for me.
no. I was just
All
gonna
right.
say it's really hard to see the forest through the trees. That bullshit that they say,
Okay,
right? Like,
okay.
yeah.
All right, Chris is gonna be nice.
Or
today.
what they say when you point a finger, you got 4 back at you,
Right.
3 back.
Yeah. Some people do say 4. Yeah.
I'm like, how's it 4?
How many fingers you got? You okay? You need to see a doctor. So I told a friend of mine, I was like, I said, if you're having like communication issues, just call the motherfucker and talk it out.
Yeah.
And it'll be all right. And I was right. I mean, maybe not in her situation because all she did was call up and start yelling. But in my situation, I realized I was having conflict with somebody, and if I had just gave them a phone call, which I ended up doing, all of that shit will more or less be cleared because we connect on that level. You know what I'm saying?
It always
that's what it
comes
was for
back
me.
to communication.
Communication.
Because text message just be,
Oh,
you know,
man.
it be fucking shit up. It
Yeah.
fucks shit up. Other things will fuck shit up. If y'all haven't had any like direct contact or any kind of solid communication, you can't really work past it. So
Yeah.
that's what I learned.
Okay.
Because people will always read the text message or comments, even social media comments, in how they feel in that
Right.
moment and put it on to you. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
why you yelling? I'm not yelling.
Well, it's hard it's hard to
I
discern
would
someone's
never yell.
tone when they write things, right?
Yeah.
Like, so it's up to you to receive it in a certain way. So
The only thing that gets close is like emojis, and you know, I mean, sometimes you get it off. You,
oh, we got
sometimes
some
you don't.
veterans in here. Okay.
You ain't got no veteran.
Crystal, what you learned this week?
What did I learn this week?
I am not.
What did I learn this week? I learned that Black love does in fact exist. It is flourishing, but it is not without its own set of like issues that have to be worked through, but it's there, and like keep going for that shit.
Yeah.
Keep pushing.
Yeah, we're gonna get into all that and so much
It definitely
more.
exists.
Yeah.
That's what today's episode is about.
And stop
It
all those
is.
stupid tests that y'all be giving each other. We're gonna talk about that too, but
Stupid tests.
Yeah, Crystal
Lord,
did a TikTok
that's part of
video.
what his post was talking about. That Rosie Perez post was her
the
testing
testing.
him,
right.
Yeah.
trying to
And
make
then
him.
my post was about being tested as well, and that's why everybody's
Let's
on
talk about
TikTok
it.
right now calling me stupid.
Talk about it.
So
To it. We'll get to it.
What you learned, Jay?
I learned this week that Dave Chappelle don't give a fuck
That's true.
about nothing, and I love it. Have y'all seen The Closer?
I didn't watch it yet.
I watched it.
I haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna play this clip. I want you to tell me your thoughts on this joke. All right?
Oh shit.
Not saying that to say that trans women aren't women.
Oh,
I am just saying that those pussies that they got. You know what I mean?
This is
I'm not saying it's not pussy, but that's like beyond pussy or impossible pussy. You know what I mean? It tastes
I
like
wish you guys
pussy,
could
but that's
hear
not
this.
quite
You
what it
have
is.
seen The Closer, please.
It's not blood, that's beet juice.
He said it's not. He said it's not
All right,
blood.
listen.
It's beet
All right,
juice.
listen.
That's so questionable.
That is
What's your
the
thoughts?
best joke.
I loved it.
on
I thought
the-
it was funny.
Hold on. That is the best joke on the special. However,
There's no however.
I gotta however it because
Why?
I've been arguing with people about this special all day, so I got thoughts.
It was just derogatory geek mother. That's all.
It's a good joke. It's a good joke. But
And it's true.
Dave Chappelle
And it's
is
true.
Dave Chappelle is in cancel
Crystal's-
culture's sights.
Crystal's for JJ. It's different
It's
than
the
a
bomb.
trans.
It's the bomb.
for JJ.
I'm not saying it's not
It's
true.
the bomb.
I'm not saying nothing about it except that it's a very good joke. But he's in trouble right now.
You know what he said?
As-
He said Twitter's not real. I don't care. He
Oh,
said
well-
Twitter's not a real world.
Well, that's partially true, but
He is
why?
paid.
But why? He is very much paid. But why? Like why? Why do we? I mean, I get it. He's a comedian, but why does he have to say such negative stuff? Like
he-
That's part of stand-up comedy.
Here's
to be
the-
negative.
Yes, ma'am.
It's only recently
here's
that
the
people got so
thing. Some of the-
overly sensitive about certain topics.
Think of like Def Comedy Jam and some of like the best, probably some of the best humor you've ever heard. Like as far as where we come from, roasting motherfuckers. The shit like works. So in this case, it's not necessarily him trying to just roast trans people, but he has things that he has to say that hit. Like that joke was a good joke.
And
Just the way it was
he
structured.
knows it's going to be controversial. And it's
Well,
gonna,
I definitely agree that he knows,
But-
but to the trans community like goes through enough already
Agreed.
to like be the
To-
butt of
to be-
every
to be
fucking
fucking with
joke.
them. To be fucking with
Yeah,
them.
like come on.
so it's okay for black people to make fun of black people, okay to make fun of white people, but it's not okay to make fun of the LGBTQ community.
I think the idea is that maybe it's not okay right now. It's not okay yet because they're still going through shit.
I don't know if they ever will be okay with it.
No, because they're still going through shit. Imagine
we're still going through shit.
But it's not Jim Crow or slavery time. How about think about the shit people was talking at that time and how we felt about it.
Yeah.
How about we just say stop trying to laugh at other people's pain? It's not funny. Can we just do that?
It totally is.
It's funny.
Not
it's so funny.
We all got pain.
Funny.
We all got pain.
Yes.
And we all can laugh at our own pain.
And I think you become a whole human being when you can laugh at your own pain.
And let's be honest, when a comedian is not making fun of people's pain, the shit really ain't that funny.
If you can't laugh at your own pain, you haven't dealt with it. You haven't resolved it. You haven't worked through it. It's not concluded.
But it could be all those things and just not fucking funny.
Sometimes it's not funny, but it's funny to somebody.
It could be.
So Dave Chappelle said in one of his specials, famously, he said, everything is funny unless it's happening to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So his jokes are about trans people. Therefore, everybody
only
except
some
trans
of them
people are laughing.
Yes.
Except the ones who are like, all right, I love Dave, and that was kind of funny.
I don't think it's funny.
Not taking it personally because people are looking at it like.
And there are other people that don't think it's funny either. So
This is my
right. Yeah.
This is the only defense I'm going to give Dave Chappelle. People are looking at him as if he's the one that is causing harm to the community when all he really is doing is his job, which is sharing his opinion about things and going on in the world. And this happens to be a big deal right now. And this is what he's
But every time he does
that's fine.
He does a special, it's a hot topic. But I also learned this week that
Anyway, that's not what this podcast is about.
no. But I brought it up because it's a good topic.
It is.
Yes, sir.
So I learned this week also that when it comes to dating,
Just don't do it.
no. If a lady
Don't do it. Do the
if a
opposite of
lady
that.
looks fake, I want to know part of it.
If a lady looks
how you
fake.
yes.
What do you mean?
How you in your 40s and you flawless? You got rosy cheeks and no stretch marks.
Maybe she's
no
a vegetarian.
blemishes.
She what?
A vegetarian.
Nah.
Or a vegan?
or maybe she is overly doing it with her makeup.
I can't comment on that. I don't wear makeup.
I don't
I'm
either.
just saying.
I just
to each his own. But if you look completely fake, like a Barbie, people out here looking like a Barbie.
Y'all like that shit.
No. Don't say y'all.
I think what Jay is saying is there's levels, and just,
I like some makeup.
Yeah, we get the desire for like some kind of enhancement. I get what he's saying, especially about the rosy cheeks. I think that shit is like blush. Who the fuck came up with that? That shit is goofy and weird to me.
Goofy as fuck.
But I don't want to slander going, but I get what Jay's saying.
I'm just saying that's something.
Sorry, my bad. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say everything that men claim to hate about or dislike. I don't want to say hate, right? Dislike about women. Y'all perpetuate that stuff. So
Maybe
you're the
in
reason.
Not in this room.
Maybe in a stripper.
Not in this room.
But you got to remember though, that's a fantasy, and that's reality.
Get the fuck out of here with these terms.
It's true. So
fact,
that you don't have
Actually,
certain fantasies of what kind of
I was
man
gonna say,
you find attractive.
Hold on.
Knowing you wouldn't take him home every day.
I would like to mesh
Crystal,
like five
Crystal,
men
look at
together.
Me, look at me. Look
I'm
at
looking
me.
at you.
We gotta have a conversation right now because something you posted.
What'd I say?
Something you said to me, or something you said. You didn't say it to me, but I noticed it. I was like, all right, write that down.
Right. That sound like me. What'd I say?
Tell me what boyfriend dick is.
Oh.
It's a difference, ain't it?
We don't want to talk. Yes, there's a big difference
Alright.
between boyfriend
Okay.
dick and like
That's what Jay's
regular
talking about.
smash and pass.
That's what Jay's talking. So we talking about girlfriend pussy,
But
or
that's
whatever.
not.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it girlfriend pussy or is it stripper pussy?
I swipe left on everybody who has heavy makeup. Again, it's a preference. We all have preferences, right?
Of course.
Some women won't date me. I'm 5'9". I'm too short for some of them.
What Jay is saying is he
My
wants
preference
to,
is-
he wants to see you. He wants to
I don't
see
mind some makeup, but if you
He
look
wants to
completely
know.
different, I'm swiping left.
Yeah.
I'm swiping left.
But how you gonna
Yeah,
know?
every
left.
picture can look different. You can't have like 5 pictures and it look like a different bitch in each picture. You can't have
Right,
on like
right.
Tinder or some shit like that.
Thank you, Kay Johnson.
Same person in each one.
All right, I guess that's the method lessons is what we learned this week.
All right.
Remy learned. What did you learn again?
I learned to take my own advice.
Take your own advice.
'Cause It's great. It's such good advice.
Crystal learned that black love is real.
Yeah, just love people, man. Just love people.
All
Why you
right.
being nice today? You ain't said nothing rude to me yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We only what?
I got
7?
I got my bulletproof vest
Don't wait
on.
for it.
How long we been on? I ain't warmed up yet.
All right, y'all. It is time for Unnamed Artist. Unnamed Artist. Unnamed Artist is when I play 3 songs for the table and for y'all to vote on who is the best of the week.
Thank you, KJ.
Last week, we had Lil Nas X defeat Drake.
Stomp that light skin boy out.
And so we're going to have 2 new challenges this week. Crystal, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. Oh, no, you can't keep count either. We're going to have to trust Remy's counting ability.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean count of the people?
votes.
Yeah.
Things get a little squirrely around number time because we all been drinking.
So we're going to trust your vote, Remy.
Okay.
Your counting ability.
Hey, y'all vote in the comments. I promise I won't miss nobody.
I'll pay attention to the comments because,
this.
Remy just learned to read yesterday, so.
And I've been doing good all week. Fuck y'all.
All right, y'all. So here is the defending champion. This is also your opportunity to refill your drinks.
Geek Mother, I really wish you could hear this, but.
I mean, she could. She can go to Facebook right now.
No, stay where you are.
And put on. You can go to Jay No Edit. Here is the defending champion from last week. Don't vote until you hear all 3 songs.
I have no idea what this song is.
Remember, you are voting for the best
First time I heard it was
song.
last week.
This is the defending champion.
Thank you for the
of
Rose
week.
K. Johnson.
Break, 911, somebody come get this bitch. Hey. Star on the ride, you got time to reply, don't lie, you can hit my shit. You can leave me 5 little nigga on the side, little nigga cuffed out, need to fix my whip. I switch sides on the nigga who's down, your nigga, you're fried, just fit my neck. You know I never did you wrong.
How y'all feeling about this song? This is Lil Nas X.
I definitely gotta listen to this album at some point.
It's a really good album, actually.
I don't doubt it. And I like everything about Lil Nas X.
Like you're dead right now. Yeah.
Like to me, as a personality, he hasn't done anything wrong.
Not yet.
There's a lot of people mad at him.
I mean, why?
Because he's gay.
Who cares?
Because he's like fucking with people's generalizations. You know what I'm saying? He can't.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I ain't want to see a whole video of dudes dancing butt ass naked, but they do it for women.
People care too
that's
much.
Lit. The video ain't for you and me in particular.
Exactly.
It's for,
but the song is banger though.
Lil Nas X is all he's doing is pushing your limits.
Exactly.
Your comfort
100%.
zones.
100%.
Like, why y'all care so much?
Exactly. And that's a beautiful thing to just be yourself and really.
Exactly.
All right, that is song number 1. Here is Challenger number 1. Let me find it again. Damn. Why they keep disappearing on me? I actually like the song a lot. And I'm hoping
This is the J commercial.
that y'all like this as well. You said it's the J commercial?
Like the YouTube commercial. This
Pause.
is the commercial before the so follow us on Instagram.
Geek Mother, where are
That's
you
right.
joining us
Follow
from?
us on TikTok. We're also on I don't know. What are people on?
You don't have a TikTok. We're on my TikTok. But Geek Mother, where are you
I'm
joining?
on TikTok.
Where are you?
I think I'm on TikTok. My girl's on TikTok.
All right, here's Challenger number 1.
New Mexico. Awesome.
It's called Not Your Love. I can tell you who it is. Just vibe out and tell me you like it more than song number 1.
Gotta sounds like something from the 90s.
It really
No,
does.
it's not, but yeah, it's got that. It's got one of those.
My love is not true love. My love is not true love. My love
What's the
is not
artist?
true love. They tried to
I wish you could hear
The
this.
artist is R.A.E.
My love is not true love.
Okay.
My love
So
is not true
this is she, right?
It's a she.
She started with the hook.
love. I'm trying to get what's mine. Let's make this clear.
It's so 90s.
It does have very much like an SWV kind of
Yeah.
feel. It feels like
But we all know 90s was the greatest era ever.
I don't know about ever, but
What was better?
14. I don't know.
1932.
definitely the 90s.
When was Jesus born? I don't know.
Definitely the 90s was the best era
I feel like
for music.
80s is probably pretty good too. But
I ask people that, and they always like the 90s better.
Yeah.
90s
Something
just
about
had
the 80s
so
was
much
just-
black culture. It was like a lot of positivity, a lot of
People were in love.
uprising. People were in love.
Some about 80s was like a decline, whereas 90s was more about just everybody's happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like how the 70s was coming off, some sad shit.
All right. Let me find challenger number.
So that probably means this decade is probably gonna be like
All right, that was challenger number 2.
after coming off 2020,
What?
like the conclusion to that decade. Mm-hmm. Because 2010 to 2000
Geek Mother said it started in the 80s. That's the best
20.
the best decade of music.
was the 2010s a really bad decade? I mean, we got Trump, we got COVID.
All right.
The 2010s were really bad.
Here's challenger number 2. Trying to defeat song number 1. It's called I Don't Wanna Leave. Is it better than number
I heard
1?
this. No, I haven't.
This ain't no mistake.
I don't know any of these songs.
But you're welcome. You're welcome.
Baby, I can't tell that you been creeping. Cause he tweaking. Baby, you don't need that.
He sound like Drake, don't he?
Wait,
We
Katie's
can
on the
sing better
live?
than Drake.
You're not even shouting people out on the live, Remy. Hey,
Okay,
Katie.
we got Katie in the live.
Get
we
off your
got
phone.
Iman in the live. We got
Exactly.
Ed in the live.
Where the hell
What's up?
KD been
What's
hiding
up,
at?
folks?
He moved, I think.
Oh, he did?
Where you at these days, KD?
All right, y'all. It is time to vote. It is time to vote. Do you want Lil Nas X, the defending champion? Do you want song number 2 or song number 3, which is playing right now? Vote in the comments. Set up your phone. Pay attention.
I'm watching. I see.
Where you watching?
I'm
Vote
watching the
number
comments.
1, everybody.
What are you voting for, Crystal?
Number 1.
Number 1. So you're voting for Lil Nas X
Yeah.
to defend.
Yes.
Remy, who you voting for?
I'm gonna go with this one.
Are you just randomly going with it?
No, I don't do random. Sir.
That's right, Geek Mother.
I
Number
don't
1.
do
Number
random.
1.
No, so I do have a policy. I'm not gonna vote for last week's again. So I pick out of the new one.
Can't do that.
I can't.
If it's
I
last
can't.
week's, it's better. Then you vote for the one that's better.
It was better.
Sometimes it's better, but I'm going with number 3. Y'all gonna question my vote?
All right. What
they saying?
What
Come
they
on.
say?
Everybody's quiet in the comments.
Oh, they don't care
Quiet
yet.
here.
They said we came here to talk about black relationships.
Okay, we got 1 vote for number 2.
So 1,
1.
3, and number 2.
It's gonna be number 1.
Come on, y'all. Vote.
You voted for number 1.
Number 1.
Well, you see, that's your first time hearing that song. That's why it's different. It's
Well,
different.
it also could be I didn't like the other fucking 2. Like,
You ain't
Absolutely.
like the third one at all?
like what do you mean?
I thought the third one was better than the second one.
Okay. So we have no other votes in there, huh?
That's it. And then y'all saw the 1 for 3, right?
So it's
So 1 for 2 and 1 for 3.
so there's no winner unless you vote.
I'm the tiebreaker.
All right, go.
Wait. So 1 for 1, 1 for 3. What'd you say?
Each one has a vote. I'm number 1.
Oh.
There's a number 2 and there's a number 3. So each one has 1 vote. Oh wait, I'm
Who
sorry.
else
Geek
voted for
Mother
1?
has number 2. So
She didn't even hear it though.
I have 2.
Right.
We said
She don't
what
even
the song-
count.
She ain't
We
even
said
hear
what-
it.
yes,
She ain't
she
even
does
hear it.
count.
You don't
Geek
get-
Mother, I got your back.
If-
Yes,
She
you
ain't even
do.
hear it.
Mother had heard it.
We got
Maybe.
2.
She can't even hear it.
We got 2.
Was she
She can't
voting for
even hear
nothing?
it.
She voting for air?
She,
She can't
She
even
voting
hear
for the
it.
sounds in her
voted
house?
for she voted for Little Nas.
She voting for the sounds at the
Don't do
crib.
us.
She can't even
She's
hear
like, yo,
it.
it sounds amazing in
Don't-
here. I keep it so just feng shui in this
Well,
bitch.
I'm not gonna
I
let them
get
team up
to
on you, Geek Mother. Don't worry about it.
I get to
She's
vote.
like,
I get to split the vote.
All right.
And so I am voting for
Lil Nas X.
song number 1.
I knew it.
Lil Nas X. He is the defending champion. He's the first one to win 2 weeks in a row, by the way.
That's the first.
2 weeks in a row. All right, y'all. It is time to get into method lessons. Method message.
I'm like, wait, what?
Method message. Today we are talking about black love and love in general, I think.
I think love in
No,
general.
we're not talking about white love.
Oh, okay.
No, we're going to talk about it all. We're going to talk about it all.
Specificity over here.
We'll talk about Puerto Rican love and Mexican love
Next
and
week.
Asian love, but not white love.
On next week's episode.
Oh, so, okay. So, do y'all mind if we kick it off with a sound clip from a video that I
Absolutely.
found? All right.
Absolutely.
I actually posted this so you do mine.
No. Do it. I'm saying do it.
Go for it. Go for it.
All right. So in this clip,
question, but it ain't a simple answer.
So in this clip, the question was, the black woman asked her husband, "Why do you love me?" All right.
Because of how you love me. It's a very it's a very spiritual love. I've been through a lot, and you never see me for what I've been through. You know, you see me for the best that I give to the world and I give to my family.
That's why.
And when everything starts to weigh on me, you kind of, you breathe life back into me. That's why I love you. I love you because you're you. I love you because you're you to me. I just love you because you're a gift that I get to experience in this life until I don't anymore, until I meet you again. And I'm the woman and you're the man.
Don't do that.
So that's why I love you.
Yes.
This thing was it's God engineering. So it's perfect.
Oh, babe.
Y'all gonna make me cry.
Look, so I heard that.
So what I love most about that is that it's one of the few moments where you see a black man being completely naked and vulnerable. And you can see that he is struggling with not wanting to cry. Right? But it was so authentic and so real. And I feel like that is what love is about. Being able to be completely naked with, and I'm not talking clothes, obviously.
Of course.
With the person that you were with. What are your thoughts on like that whole audio, that old video you just watched?
I thought it was beautiful. And it definitely resonates, right? To see him work that hard to articulate exactly what he was feeling, because that's what she pours into him. So yeah, that was a great clip.
Remy?
Somebody in the comments said those edibles hit him hard. That's what they said.
Who said that?
Somebody in the comments.
I ain't gonna worry about it right now.
I agree with y'all. Let's roll with that.
I mean, let's just think about it though. Like when it comes to, obviously we don't see the clip where she explained why she loves him.
Right.
So, but
She was like, "Cause you got money." I'm just playing.
I do think that as black men, I want to applaud that sister for being able to create a space, a safe space for him to step into. Yeah. Because most people don't feel comfortable stepping into that space and saying, like, he was like, "Look, you see me for who I am. I've been through a lot of shit. You accept me. Blah blah blah."
That's a blessing. That's all anybody's asking for.
Right? I think that's what we want.
Yeah, let me be who I am, and you still, love me
for all my
regardless.
Yeah. So anyway, I just want to open with that because again, Black Love, talking about love, and I think it was a great clip talking about love.
Smooth mode.
So where are we in the state of Black love or love in general? What are your thoughts on Black love and love in general? Anyone can start it off.
I love love. Y'all know that.
Do you?
Don't listen. I will flip this whole fucking table over. Don't start with me.
I don't know.
Y'all know I love love. I don't know how I got this like super whatever. I love love. I think Black love exists in the corners of like in the darkness, and we just need to pull it out. We just need to pull it out and showcase it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Black love. I feel like Black love has gotten a very negative perspective put onto it.
I don't disagree with you.
Over the last, I don't know, I'm 40. I'll say 30 years. But I do feel like it's alive and well. And
I agree.
I don't know why we don't see more of it though.
Well, it's intentional.
Right? What do you mean by that?
It's intentional, right? It's
of course it is.
Yeah, it's all about what you ingest, and you just have to be mindful of, you know, when I say ingest, I don't mean obviously food, but like what you ingest with your eyes and what you ingest with your ears. But that's what the media is portraying. That's what society is portraying. So that's why I say it exists in the darkness, and we just have to pull it out there. There are plenty of black couples who are in fucking love.
Black love is I think it's growing like a flower. And if you think about the entirety of that flower, like look at where we came from in this country. Like we more or less grew out of the worst possible situation that a human could possibly endure into where we are now. And we're still blossoming. You know what I'm saying? So black love is in a space where it is still blossoming. So there's hiccups, there's hurdles, there's things that we're going through ourselves, and therefore we are having issues with one another. I mean, look at the fucking the prison rate and the fact that so many black men are in jail. You know what I mean? Like, and then we're like, well, why are there so many black single mothers? Because niggas are being thrown in jail for like what, drug charges? Like, what the fuck has it been for the last 20 however many years?
Right.
So black love, as real and as beautiful as it is still like growing. Like significantly. It's not like how, you know how like white people in America, like how the divorce rate for
have
them,
always
like
been portrayed as a happy American
they more
dream.
or less they're coming up with new shit about love that doesn't even make sense now. You know what I'm saying? Whereas we're still kind of working our way down that path.
And I think, sorry,
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think love from any other race is like under attack, but none more than black love, right? Because they don't want to see that unity, and they don't want us to, you know, come together. But I think love in general, if it's not white, it's under attack.
Yeah, I think that that's find my right word. I feel that black love has always been a struggle because black people have always been in poverty, right?
Yeah.
And when you are stressed about money, when you are stressed about providing for your family, and let's say in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, all right, black women weren't always in the position to be able to be an equal partner financially, right? And so all this pressure from black men to try to provide, but also being locked up, being poor, it creates a very high demand of stress. And I think when you have poverty involved, it makes it harder to have love.
And look at where we learn about love. Like we were just talking about this earlier. Like some of the movies we grew up on. You know what I'm saying? And we're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now that I know some things, I don't know. Like, I got questions for that movie or that song or whatever the fuck it is that inspired you to be the way you are down this path.
To have that type of scenario as the ideal love scenario.
I know I got it wrong for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm only just now engaged, because it's like, all right, I think I got it now. I think I got it.
Remy was.
So let's talk about this real quick. Since he brought it up.
He did. He opened that door.
So that's
the ring.
Let's talk. Let's talk about it for a second. So, Remy in the past has been a person who has had questions about marriage.
Yes.
Right.
Very, very strong views.
Because it's something I want, but it's something that I have trouble believing.
So what changed? What changed?
Remember how I said I needed to take my own advice? Well, that was something I did do, as far as sometimes you just got to stop thinking you know everything about some shit that you ain't done before.
Well, hello.
Yeah.
That's a word. That's a word.
So I'm walking that path right now. I'm like, all right, let's find out. Like,
but it has to be.
You see shit, and you're like, I think that's probably how it would go, but I'm not that person. And she's not that person. So let's see where we go.
So that's a very
I'm preaching now.
That's a very
I'm preaching now.
That's a very surface level answer.
Oh,
what
okay.
I'm asking you is,
let's go. Let's dig deep.
What actually changed your perspective? Because something had to happen.
Hey, Chris Whalen.
Within that relationship where you said, "Damn,
that was
this is the woman I want to marry"?
I see what you're saying.
Okay. So what made her the woman?
What changed that perspective? Because you had a lot of questions.
He did.
This is gonna sound kind of crazy, but this is how my mind works. I fight with this woman better than I've fought with any woman.
Oh no, that's a very good thing.
Okay.
Because
to me, the most important thing isn't all of the isn't the wedding, isn't the how adorable our kids are,
Yeah.
how big of a house we have. Like none of that shit really matters. I feel like the thing that decides what your relationship is going to be is how you handle conflict together.
Doses of dairies.
Problems together. How you deal with each other when you got to deal with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we do a very good job.
That's good.
Like I do a better job with her, and she does a better job with me than I've experienced with me and another person before. It's just it works. So because I believe in that, and also just you know what I'm saying, like I mean there's a lot of other things as well, but this for me was the big thing.
Gotcha.
Like if this works, because I've been on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I've been with somebody who I can't even go to sleep at 9 o'clock because I might get stabbed.
I think
You know what I'm saying?
so, but that's a very key thing that you pointed out, right? Because what's guaranteed in relationships is the tough times, the hard times.
100%.
And so you have to know how to fight in a way that is conducive to still building the relationship.
I think it was B.I.G. that said more relationships, more problems.
That wasn't it.
Yeah.
But
right? That's not a bar.
That's
a
not
rap
what he
bar.
said.
More
That's not what he
relationships,
said.
more problems.
But if you're in these relationships taking jabs and hitting below the belt, how do you expect to lay with that person, you know, and wake up to them in a progressive mode the next day?
Yeah,
I agree. So let me flip the script real quick. So for you, Crystal, you for the few years I've known you, you have been a person that talks a lot of shit.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Woo.
Talks a lot of shit about relationships and the state of it being not so great.
Yeah.
However, you also have been very open and willing to get married.
Oh yeah. Again.
What drives that? Like why? Because on the surface people will say, well, Crystal don't want to be married. But yet you were engaged and you were ready to be married. Have you been engaged more than once?
Yeah.
How many times have you been engaged?
I have turned
you collecting
down
the rings like Infinity Stones?
I got rings on top of rings.
Hey, she got
The what?
more rings than Kobe.
What did it cost you?
I mean,
Oh shit, y'all stupid.
I'm just saying, like, leave it to the black men on my Facebook and all these other platforms. They'll tell you I'm gonna die alone. But
I don't believe that.
That's definitely not.
somebody gonna pick your ass.
It's definitely not the truth.
Somebody on the other side of the country is like,
I need a green card.
That ass is fat.
You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to find his way to Tampa. He just ain't made there yet. And then he's looking at you and he's like, listen. And then after I come to Tampa, I gotta build something.
Right.
If I ain't got nothing built in Tampa, she's not going.
No, because so here's what it boils down to, right? I have examples of black love and successful black marriages. My parents were married for 20 years before they got a divorce, right?
Yeah.
But then there's extenuating circumstances that led to that divorce. But my
20
uncle,
years is
That's a long time.
yeah, that's
good run.
a life. That's a lifetime.
It totally is.
Right? My uncle has been married. My uncle, not to put his business out there, but he accredits the bulk of his success to his wife. And like he tells me all the time, you have to pick the right partner, which is probably why I'm single. Kind of, but
You don't need no man to get your shit.
How you kind of single?
I don't need no man.
you have to listen. But anyway, so while I constantly speak on the state of relationships, specifically in my age range and dating now, I still am a strong proponent for marriage. I love.
Yeah.
And I want everybody to get married.
Yeah.
Everybody should get married.
I go back and forth between being pro and anti-marriage once a week. Like every other week, I'm kind of like, no, it's probably not a good idea. Like you got to share assets. You're tied to this person for one reason or another, whether it's because of kids or finances or assets or whatever the fuck it is. and you can't just resolve that.
The only people,
depending on the kind of person that you're dealing with.
First of all, yes, the fuck you can. So that's first. But second,
right, well, you know things that I don't.
As the only person at the table who's been married before, I just want to say the only people who care about assets are the extremely poor and the extremely rich. The people in the middle, they're like, we'll figure that shit out.
Yeah, true.
We'll figure it out.
I actually haven't had the only successful.
Not calling you extremely poor.
People.
Only regular
like,
poor.
You broke ass motherfuckers is not all right.
The only people that I had in my life that had a successful marriage was my uncle and my aunt. But then they got a divorce. But for whatever reason, I've always had a fairly positive perspective about marriage. And I don't know where that came from. Cause my parents got divorced when I was like 8 years old, and so it wasn't like I had like this.
Still get along
now, but that was what 25 years ago,
right?
Initially, no, right? Because there's a lot of hurt, a lot of trauma in there, and whatnot. But I have a positive perspective about marriage.
They were together 25 years.
I mean, they were married a long time. I don't remember at this point. I mean, they were married when I was born, right? And they got divorced when I was like 10, so 81, 90, 91, at least 10 years.
What?
Right, and so
everybody who's watching the live, what's your perspective on marriage? Are you pro, or are you against? Like, are you for marriage or are you against marriage?
So I think a lot of people, and yes, please answer that question. I think a lot of people have a negative view of black love because of their past experiences that cause some kind of mental trauma, right? What do you two think must occur in order for people to view black love in a positive way? What do you think must occur in order to view black love in a positive way?
I'll say this. Everything I learned about love, I learned in music.
You learned from the streets?
I learned in music. I learned in music and movies. Because the example that I had in my life wasn't something that was like
a positive one.
It wasn't positive enough. It wasn't like the movies, and I like the movies better.
Right.
And I like the songs better.
See,
like
that's
the shit
problem.
they doing, that's weird. I don't like that. I don't like how that's going.
And we know movies are a fairy tale.
Correct.
Nothing.
Well, I didn't know it at the time.
Yeah.
I know it now. That's why things are different now. That's why.
Yeah, but what do you think has to occur though in order for people
you gotta
to
stop believing in fairy tales? You gotta experience something and see what's what out here. You gotta really. Like my first relationship was 8 years. My second relationship was 4 years. My third relationship was 3 years. This is my fourth real big relationship, and it's 2.5, and that's when I decided to propose. So I've had how many years of experience? Like just relationship
Well,
experience.
you've clearly been in a relationship since you were born.
Relationship experience. You damn right. I came out the womb.
You my girl now.
Damn.
Of course I dated in between. There was like there's some wild shit that happened in between. And even during some of the relationships. But we're not gonna talk about that.
Okay, so stop believing in the fairy tales.
However much time you put into it, like physically, like working on it and figuring somebody out and figuring out yourself. I told somebody yesterday, that sometimes when you're in a relationship, you don't grow as a person until you're out of it, because you spend 4 years seeing yourself act a certain way and seeing this person act a certain way, and then you come out of that and you're just like, I don't like neither one of them people.
Yeah,
I don't like him and I don't like who I was. Like whatever the fuck it is, you're like, all of that is done, and then you go to the next situation wiser.
Well, that
was my experience.
I always tell people that the person that you think you're going to be with forever is not the person. He's not the one, and she's not the one. Really, the person that you're currently with, unless you already have matched levels, they're helping you become a better person for the next person, and vice versa. But let's not get too deep in that. Crystal, what happened? What's going on?
Can
my
we
live
talk
got
about
suspended for hate speech because you guys don't know how to.
I didn't say anything. I told you. I didn't say nothing.
I mean, it's gonna be hard for me to do a whole podcast and not get a couple of.
That's why I don't do
okay.
That's why I don't even do TikTok. That's why I don't even do TikTok lives.
Yeah, that happened with yours last time.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So for me, I feel like what has to occur is, one, people are going to have a negative perspective about black love until they meet the person that changes that perspective, right? Because when you have past experiences that cause some hurt, some heartbreak, you're going to feel some kind of way, right? And so when I see like black men talking negative about black women, like this is why I date white women, this is why I date Latina women because black. I'm like, bro, you have unhealed trauma from your past. Some black woman you had a bad experience with, right? But that doesn't mean that all black women are like that,
100%,
right? Because let's be real, like black men will cause black women to feel some kind of way.
You know what that
and
might
black
mean?
women can cause black men to feel some kind of way based on those experiences.
You know what it might mean? What if it means all of the black women that he has access to?
That's exactly what it means.
Yeah. So, because there's a bunch of black women who are cool as shit. You just they not returning your phone calls.
Yeah.
They're not fucking with you. You're not the type for them to fuck with. So for him, it's like, all right, what else do I do? You know. I mean, you can elevate yourself, but it's a choice between elevating yourself or just choosing something that you feel is easier.
Right.
Are there any? Chris, you want to answer the question? Or you good?
What's the question?
So the question was, what do you think has to occur in order for people to view black love in a positive way?
We simply have to showcase it.
I do agree with that statement.
We just simply have to showcase it.
That's actually in my notes. One of my notes I have here.
So what does that mean?
Well,
is that why we going so hard with our weddings now? Listen,
I don't think so.
All of the black weddings that I've been to over the last like decade, best weddings I've been to. Black weddings are hidden right now.
They are. So piggybacking on what Crystal just said, we have to showcase it. So what I hear is something I wrote down. It's like we always say that representation matters.
Yeah.
Right. So I feel like more single people need to be around married couples.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because when you're around certain people, you get influence.
Of course.
Right? But for whatever reason, single people don't really hang around married couples, and married couples don't really want to fuck around with single people. Right?
Well,
but I think there needs to be a mesh.
Agreed.
Right?
You want to know why? The last married couple I hung out with was my parents. And that shit didn't go right.
Well,
so I'm like, I don't know. But granted, I love couples. Couples are some of my favorite thing. But that just shows how I'm growing as somebody, you know, I mean, as a very pro relationship type person, is that I like relationships. I like seeing two people who love each other and us being able to interact with them and kind of see our parallels. You know what I'm saying? Some of the conversations you have is just different. Like I've said since I've been in this relationship that couple friends is like my shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think single people don't hang out with married people because there's this
third wheel
stigma. Well, not the third wheel, but there's this stigma that like married people and single people can't mix, right? Because the single person is going to pull the married person to the dark side. Like people don't have control of their own actions and do whatever it is that they want to do.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
I just think that it's important to be around married people, just like
successfully married people.
Yes, correct.
People
who show you what love is and how they interact.
Imagine growing up around Ike and Tina. Be like, I don't know.
Sad thing is, a lot of people grew up in situations exactly like that. But if you think about it, like people, like I know for me personally, I didn't really think about traveling until I started hanging around people who were traveling.
Right.
I was like, well, damn, I want to do that. And so I think about the same thing. Like I want to be married. So maybe I should be around people who show me that marriage is okay.
Yeah.
Right. And so I do think representation matters. So we do need to showcase it more in order for more people to have a very positive perspective about black love. Are there any black celebrity couples whose relationships you appreciate from an outsider's perspective? Because I think
Will and Jada.
I think about dynamite couples that display each partner being powerful and equal and also listened to. I think about Gabrielle Union and D Wade. Yeah. And I think about Jada and Will. Both of whom get a lot of unflattering opinions, but I don't think it's justifiable because they've never said, "Hey, look at me, we are what you should be."
They do whatever the fuck they do in their relationship, and it's their business. Yes. And people just looking like guessing, like, oh, it must be a whole relationship.
So, other couple, celebrity couple, you said Will and Jada. Why Will and Jada?
Because they discovered early on.
Are we doing this Crown, or is just going to look at
Let's
us?
do some motherfucking
He's
Crown. We
been doing
shots?
Crown the whole time. But I think Will and Jada discovered early on that what the ideal marriage was not going to work for them, and made the commitment to each other to figure out a way to make it work. I want that. I need that because I'm a Sagittarius. So
making it work the way Will and Jada made it work. What does that mean? You're down for?
it means I'm down for it. And I saw your post today
you
too.
You down for entanglements?
If that's what if I want an entanglement and my husband is gonna love me through that,
we talking.
Hell yeah, I'm down for an entanglement.
What was my post?
Are we talking poly relationship?
We're talking. I'm gonna do what's best for my marriage to make it work, and I don't give a fuck what you got to say. Like
100%.
I don't care.
100%.
But your post today about the blocking, if the girl told you to block whatever.
Oh yeah.
So if the girl, listen, whatever is required of me, of course, barring anything exceptionally fucking stupid, whatever is required that I need to do for my man to feel secure, then that's what I'm going to do.
But you don't. All right, that's a sidebar.
That's beautiful.
We'll come back to that.
That's why I'm sync now.
We'll come back to that. But
hello. Hi, daughter.
I do think that, like, I look at Will and Jada, and I think about I would want a relationship that is similar to that. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, people don't talk about Will and Jada no more," all because of the whole entanglement thing.
August entanglement.
Yeah, but I don't look at that and say, well, damn, I don't want that. I look at it from Jada has such a powerful voice, and Will accepts it and appreciates it. And Will has such a powerful voice, and Jada looks at him and appreciates it. At the end of the day, that's what I want. Like, I want my woman and I to be have very powerful voices. But also very equal in their relationship, and doesn't mean Will and Jada ain't got issues.
Of course not.
Right? They got fucking issues.
Plenty.
All right, listen. Imagine you in a relationship, and you come in the room stressed out. You're like, God damn, I don't know what the fuck to do anymore. Like, it's fucking crazy around here. And your woman is like, all right, look, you need to go get some pussy. Did you hear what I said? So that's the type of shit that. If Will and Jada's relationship is like we think it is, that's the kind of thing that Will might hear.
But here's the thing.
And what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Here's
that.
the thing.
I'm just saying
it takes a very, very highly mature, spiritually conscious, very low ego type of person to be able to live in that kind of environment.
Oh yeah.
Most people think they can't do that because their ego gets in the way.
That's not an insecure type relationship. Like, you cannot
be insecure.
You gotta be willing to.
It all stems back. So I read this really good book. Shout out to whoever the author is. The Ethical Slut.
Shout out to
whoever read it. It was not you.
You wrote that. You wrote that.
I think it's the Ethical Slut or the Ethical Whore or whatever.
I wouldn't have wrote
that.
That doesn't sound like
that actually does sound like some shit you would write.
Don't do that to me. Don't call me a slut.
Remy wrote the
podcast.
book. But the Ethical Slut it really just challenges you to think about why you feel ownership over people just because you're in a relationship with them. And like, you don't own people. People they're gonna do what they want to do anyway.
Whether you know or not.
So if you love them in that capacity, then you give them the space to be who they are.
That is facts.
And that's what Will and Jada have.
Everybody trying to be who they are. And if you can handle somebody open, you know what I'm saying, and you can be open, and that should be fine.
The reason people don't like Will and Jada's situation because they've been conditioned.
It's non-traditional.
Yes, it's very non-traditional, right? And then if you look at Gabrielle Union and D Wade's relationship,
why can't you say that lady name right?
Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union.
Say that lady name right?
Gabrielle.
Go ahead.
But if you look at their relationship, they get a lot of shit talk to them because they say D Wade is not a man because he allows Gabrielle Union to control the relationship.
Oh my God!
Because she has a voice, because she's an equal partner, or because they allow their son or their daughter to be who she feels she is.
Right.
Because it's non-traditional.
Right.
But isn't that what a marriage is supposed to be? Black love is supposed to be, accept your
Supporting
partner,
each other.
supporting each other.
Yep.
Why is that such a problem?
As long as it's still going, and like there isn't this air of like, damn, they're gonna be done any minute now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking Kanye and Kim.
Yeah.
Like, look how crazy that shit looked. And
Yeah.
where it ended up. But if it's not like that, then like you kind of got to trust the process. That they probably done been through some shit, just like us. They're just doing things
Probably.
differently.
D-Wade had a whole ass baby.
They're doing things differently.
Outside when they broke up. When they broke up.
And that's something I don't know if I can come back from.
But did you see recently Gabrielle Union said that if that would have occurred today, that she would not accept that.
Yeah.
But that's where she was
Right.
then.
And you have to,
know?
and it's key that you pointed it out. Like, that's where she was. You had to think about what she had going on. She was really trying to give him a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
But she had like 9 miscarriages. That takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
Fucking right.
That takes a toll on your body. Like,
I mean,
but I'm not that
your
forgiving.
Whole
Let
emotional state is fucked up.
Right.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a toll on everything that you are.
Yeah, I'm not that forgiving though, so just write that down.
Oh Lord.
Mental notes. So in 2019, only 30% of African Americans were married, compared to 48% of all Americans. Half, or 50%, of African Americans have never been married, compared to 34% of all Americans. So is marriage still the end goal? Because I feel like people worry about marriage but care more about having someone to spend the rest of their life with. So do we have to be married? Like, I'm at a point where I don't think about marriage. I think about, I want someone that I can spend my life with. And that does not necessarily mean getting married, right? Because if I met a woman who's been, let's say she got divorced twice, and she's like, nah, I'm not doing marriage ever again. But I know without a shadow of a doubt that I love this woman. Should I turn that away all because of marriage?
It depends. It depends. You have to decide, is it worth it? Is it worth it to you to go after somebody who, you know, is after the same thing that you're after? And that falls into like the 80-20. You know, you're going to throw away 80?
Exactly. I'm not throwing away 80. I'm not throwing away 80%.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't need marriage.
But a lot of people will.
A lot of people will and do.
Will reshuffle that deck.
So, should marriage be the end goal in a long-term relationship?
It is for me. It is for me. I as somebody who's been married before, I don't need to get married tomorrow. But the end goal, definitely.
I feel like for me, the end goal, maybe like 3-4 marriages.
3 or 4? You want 3 or 4 marriages?
Yeah, let me just get through like 3 or 4.
Okay, Rhonda, just be aware that you are going to get a divorce.
I started late. If I started in my 20s, I'd probably be on the second marriage by now.
You just gonna marry and divorce the same woman over and over again?
I actually just saw that recently. Somebody said, if I am still single in my 40s, that means that I just didn't get divorced yet. Or whatever it is. Like the idea that if you start early, you're probably gonna get divorced in like 15 to 20 years or whatever it is anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna last. It's gonna last as long as you have the kids. And then y'all gonna start looking at each other like, what the fuck we supposed to do now?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes the second marriage or the third or whatever number you on is better if you take your lessons with you.
You better take your lessons.
Some people don't.
Yeah.
But I think they get better. They get each time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I ain't never been married. I ain't never proposed to anyone either.
Have you ever been in love, Jay? Like
No. No.
Jay?
No.
Jay?
No.
Jay?
I mean, I've been in love.
The type of love that would have you ask somebody to spend the rest of their life with you?
I have thought about proposing to 2 different women.
Okay. One of them was me?
Yes.
Okay.
He still got that ring in the safe. he just waiting on you to act right. He just waiting on you to act right.
Exactly. I ain't seen it in 3 months. 3 months. Moving on. I am moving on. But yeah, 2 women. 2 women. I actually thought, like, you know what? I'll propose, but it just never came to fruition.
How long was the relationship?
One was a little over a year, and actually, believe it or not, I would have proposed to my ex because I had gotten to a point where, we're 7 months in, 8 months in, and I'm thinking about the future.
Yeah.
Right. And so, even though we had our issues, I had days where I'm like, okay, I actually can see myself marrying her, and I'm not against marriage. I just want to get it fucking right.
Yeah.
And so obviously, but then we had other issues that end up taking over the relationship. So I never got an opportunity to propose.
Yeah.
But I'm not against marriage, and I hope that I do meet someone that I can.
You will
Get down on my
You and
knees
your
and
ex
propose.
get along?
Oh, we don't even talk. We haven't talked
Can
in
we
years.
do an episode about Jay's ex?
Why?
I know.
Why?
I don't want to get to the bottom of this.
Why?
I got questions.
It's pretty
I got
simple.
Questions that I can't ask.
It's pretty simple. It's true you can, but it's pretty simple. I was the one that had to over communicate in order to make things work.
Oh.
And the moment I stopped communicating, that shit went downhill.
Now I see. Yeah,
That's usually how it works.
We got to talk about this. We got not on the fucking podcast. But we got to talk about this.
Cause that gets tiring.
Yeah.
Being a person that has to over communicate.
Tell me about it.
I ain't got time for that shit.
Yeah. When you feel like you got to do everything, eventually you get to the point where it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do everything all the time. You can't stay being the one doing everything.
Yeah.
So one of the other things that people say the reason Black Love is dead is because black men are marrying outside of their race.
Ugh.
That black men are marrying white women.
Man, these white bitches.
But here's some stats.
He's so stupid.
Right? Black men, now here's a fact, black men marry outside of their race at twice the rate that black women do. However, in 2017, only 15% of black men were married to non-black women. So it's not as high as we think it is. And I think that is natural based on the age we live in, for people to be interdating, intermingling. I think that number is going to go up in general.
I mean, yeah, especially if you live in like Florida or New York. Like, there's so many different types of people. You're going to encounter different types of people, and maybe you'll find that you just like something different.
So do we as a culture focus on stats that don't matter only to justify the anger towards black men and black women?
I think we talked about this earlier. It's the problems underneath that have caused this problem that we're not. I mean, we are focused on. You know what I mean? Like more and more with some of the recent things that be going down. That's why like Black Twitter is such a force at this point.
I hate Black Twitter, by the way.
They get on my nerves too.
I love Black Twitter.
But they're working for the most part. I don't know. I just got blocked by somebody on Black Twitter today, but that's a whole other conversation.
Did you forget where you were going?
Yeah, it's
He
gone.
sure did.
That's gone. That shit is gone. Whatever it was,
He
and
definitely
it was probably
did.
the shit. Whatever it was the shit. It's gone.
It was the exhale
It's
for
gone.
me.
That's why I got.
He definitely lost all train of thought.
That's the high brain right
He was
there.
like, oh shit, that shit go.
Listen. Two things. I'm high and I'm 37 years old.
I had that moment happen to me
Of course we have. Of course, we post about him on Facebook. We're like, yo, just so y'all know, I felt old today.
I don't have that as I'm 28.
You lying.
So
you
anyway,
ain't never had no.
I'm only 28. Don't play with me.
She's like, I'm sharp and I'm gonna be sharp.
And will
I'm gonna be
be.
sharp the whole time.
And
as a
will
knife, as a katana.
And we'll be throwing this thing when I'm 90.
What other thoughts y'all got on black love and
I love black
in
love.
general? I don't have any more anything stats.
Find a black woman and wife her down. That's what I gotta say.
What does that mean?
Like Remy did.
I'm doing that. But what does that mean?
I would
what
like
does that
to.
mean to Crystal?
What does finding a black
Wife
woman and wifing her
down.
Marry a black woman.
But there's steps.
There's so many.
What
yeah.
are the steps before marry a black woman?
Let me break this down for
Let's
you.
break it the fuck down.
First of all, heal. That's the first fucking step.
Heal?
HEAL. Heal. Heal your.
We a dog? I thought you were saying
How do
like
you
heal.
talk to him?
HEEL.
I just spelled it out for you. I spelled it out.
You
It's-
did
He
spell it.
literally said the words. Like,
Don't you be like, hey, heal. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't have a dog.
All right.
But That's the first step, healing.
Right. But I think you meant the other one too.
Well, only for you. but you have to heal, right? You need to fix your own fucking house before you go and try and bring somebody in that motherfucker.
I agree.
So you need to heal, and then you need to be able to effectively communicate what it is that you want. Then you find somebody who is headed in that same direction. Y'all don't need to be on the same path, but you need to be going in the same direction, right? Don't be chasing somebody who's going this way when you know you want to go this way.
That is a very good metaphor.
Don't let's
I'm headed to the east side, you head to the west side.
Right.
We're not going the same place.
It could be separate paths, but the end goal is we're both gonna be over there somewhere.
Yeah.
I just did a post about
you
this.
going to Disney? I'm trying to get out of Florida. What the fuck are we
We're
talking
going the
about?
wrong way.
Like, why are people so addicted to struggle love?
No.
Like, people are still out
tell you
here
why.
addicted to struggle love.
I'll tell you why.
Or love that they get pieces of somebody. It's like that's not what love is about.
I'll tell you why. I'm excited. Because I really want to tell them why. You know why?
Why?
Baby boy.
Oh.
When we just talking about this,
Yeah.
struggle love. Nigga, we grew up on struggle love.
I don't want no
I
struggle
don't know
love.
it's struggle love.
I hate
Love and basketball. What name another movie? Love Jones? Is that one of the good ones? I don't know which ones the good ones are.
Yeah, Love Jones, where
I didn't see that one.
she said don't bother me or whatever, and then he fucked her, and then she went crazy. What movie was that?
So pre-pod, me and Chris was talking about how some of these black movies that we grew up on are not what we think they are. Like they're kind of like a trick. You know what I mean? As
It's a
far
fantasy.
as
That's
not
right, Lan.
necessarily the best path to follow. Like elements of it are toxic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah, I'm at a point, man, in my life where I do not entertain struggle love. I don't entertain struggle love. I don't entertain getting pieces of somebody. Like here's what's on the table, right?
Yeah.
We either gonna just be fucking,
Oh.
or we're gonna be dating for a purpose.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the in between.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the gray areas. I'm fine with both here. We either gonna be at North Pole or South Pole.
Right.
I like the sound.
I got
I got a question though. I got a question though, and more. I want to ask Jay, but more so for you because you done took a leap. Are you healed?
100%. Do you know how much work I have been doing since my 20s? Like I have dissected every aspect of my life. I have identified all my triggers. I have worked on my triggers. I'm a 40-year-old. Come on. I am a 40-year-old black man in touch with his feelings who talk about it for years.
Yeah.
Who people tell me I'm too emotional.
Yeah.
I'm not man enough because yes.
I fully expected you to
100%.
and I've spent some time in your presence. Remy, are you healed?
Listen.
That's a no.
Listen. No.
That's
Am
a no,
I
y'all.
healed? I'll say this. The leash works perfectly.
The leash
Yes.
works properly.
You said, am I healed? HEELED.
I'ma knock you out.
The leash fits perfectly, and I wear it proudly. Yes,
that
I am
mean?
healed.
Okay.
I am healed.
What are the what?
I know what you're asking. Am I? What the fuck does that mean? Am I 100% Remy?
Have you dealt with the traumas that could impact and show up in your relationship in a negative way?
That's a loaded question. You know why? Because people deal with things in various ways. I've never gone to a therapist.
It's a no, y'all.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Now you're gonna get mean. No, listen. I have never gone to a therapist, but a lot of black folks don't go to therapists. Have all of these black folks that haven't
You
gone
actually
to
don't
therapists.
have to go to a therapist
That's part of the
to
point
do
that
the
I'm
work.
making.
But a lot of people don't do the work though.
That's
Yeah.
part of the point that I'm making.
Yeah.
There's different ways to heal. So the question is, what heals one of us?
Well, I mean, it depends on what your trauma is.
I would argue that I'm one of the most introspective people that I even know.
Okay.
Out of everybody I know. So I sit and think about my shit all the time. And I'm like, well, what the fuck can I do about this? And I find ways to manage it. But I'm not a doctor.
Of course not.
It's self-diagnosed therapy.
But let me tell you,
There's nothing wrong with
Which is very
self-diagnosis.
common
No.
amongst the black
And there's a
community.
lot
We don't
of-
go to therapy.
there's a lot of self-help that can happen. But let me tell you what I was talking to somebody else about. Black women show up and support each other in ways that black men do not. Black women will have brunches, we will go shopping, we do vision boarding, we do all these things to make sure that we as a community are moving forward. But every vision board party that I've been to in Florida,
a couple guys.
Jay was the only man there. Why?
I was at the last one.
You know why? Because I am in touch with myself.
Why don't men support each other in that manner and say, bro, let's get healed.
Well,
let's do stuff to propel
well,
ourselves forward.
We all know why that is because black
shit is ingrained in the high school.
Yeah.
There's no elevating each other in the high school. And that shit lingers.
Black men, I would say men in general, but specifically, black men are absolutely taught to be out of touch with their feelings, to just
and to be
suck
competitive.
It up. Yes. To disengage from conversations.
To look at every nigga in the room and be like, yo, can that dude fuck my girl? All right, we good. Can that dude fuck my girl? Like, you literally just looking around the room making comparisons.
And in the age that we live in,
cavemen.
People will look at a group of men hanging out and say, oh, they gay. Or they'll say,
That's what I'm saying,
oh,
the
men believe that they got to have some pussy in the room in order to do a event together. You know how many people told that I heard that because me, Remy, Marcus, and Ed went on a guy's trip that we were doing something fishy because there was no women involved.
Well, there was plenty of women. I heard.
Not aware.
I mean, there were women. They were women. They just not in the they didn't come with us.
There was new ladies. There was some new ones.
So I'm just saying. So like,
Fresh off the boat.
and that's not just that's not black men just saying that. That's black women saying that too. And so a lot of black men are trying to avoid that situation,
being labeled. But I am a advocate for men hanging out and talking about their shit, or I used to try to get men to hang out all the time. Hey guys, what's going on? This Saturday, gonna meet up, and a few guys will come out. But it doesn't happen as much.
Technically speaking, we're doing a podcast where two dudes hang out.
Well, yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
But nothing. I mean, I was gonna say nothing productive is gonna come from this, but that's not necessarily true. I didn't mean it like that, but I'm just saying
this is an intellectual space. We just have been drinking, okay?
That's not what I meant. But what I'm alluding to and kind of leading to is like. This is potentially how we ended up with black women so far ahead, right? Because we're pooling our resources, we're supporting each other, we're making sure that we're getting over the line, and y'all are not doing that. Not only for each other, you're not. I'm saying y'all, but like for your sons, for your nephews, for the kid in the hood who doesn't have a father. Yeah. But like,
that's why I think it's important. And going back to representation, like when I'm with my my homies and I see one of them is looking fly, I compliment them. Bro, you looking good. Or when I'm with my nephews and he try to shake my hand, even my mom's boyfriend, when I go to hang out with them, he tries to shake my hand. I'm like, no, give me a hug. Because I want them to see it's okay. Yeah. It's okay to compliment another man. It's okay to hug another man. There's not anything gay about that. But we have to just do it and just try something different. And it sucks
the definition of gay has evolved significantly in our community, and it's not there yet. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But I also think, I hate to say this, but I think
look at Lil
black women need to also encourage it as well, right? And the same way I would encourage
it's always our fault.
No, but when I'm in a relationship, I encourage my woman, baby, you need to go hang out with your homegirls. I need you to go hang out with because you feeling some kind of way right now. I need you, like, it's the same thing. But I want my woman to be like, hey, Jay.
You want us to chew your food for you too?
I want you to suck my dick.
You walked into that. I tell you what I want you to do.
Like, dude.
Again, partnership.
I'm all for partnership.
But here's the thing. If women have been conditioned throughout childhood to growing up to be in touch with their feelings, to express themselves, who is more experienced? Who is the better teacher? Black women or black men?
Obviously, the person who's more in tune.
Okay,
but you don't get a pass.
No one gets a pass. I'm not saying it gets a pass.
When you reach a certain point, you can't blame like your childhood. Right?
Everyone should do the work.
Yeah,
100%. But what I'm saying is, if you are with someone, if you have committed to be with someone, and you see that this person is struggling in a certain area of vulnerability, of whatever reason to try to become a better human being, the person who is better at the assignment should help that person do better.
I don't disagree with you.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't disagree with you, but I'm talking about y'all. I'm talking about black men doing the work collectively without the input of a woman.
I mean, we be trying. That's what this podcast is about. We wouldn't be doing this podcast
They should.
if we wasn't trying to elevate.
I agree 100% though. I agree with you. They should be doing the work. I don't want to be with no one who is not doing the work. Right? If you tell me that you are trying to improve your credit and you don't never pay your credit, not Crystal.
I'm like, what the fuck you looking at me like?
Not Crystal.
Listen, all my credit cards.
But I know that she go. I know that she will understand this.
Nigga, you can see through every single one. You can see.
I know you understand what I'm about to say.
All right, my bad.
I'm just saying, like, like if you are in that position, you trying to improve, but yet you don't make any payments on time, then you be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
If someone tells you that they want to build a business and they never go out and do anything extra, you're gonna be like, well, clearly you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. Anyway,
what's on your mind?
I think that's what we got. So what? Any comments? We got any comments at all about Black Love?
It's a lot of comments. Everybody love Black Love.
Before we move on,
has always and will continue to exist. That's what Juggy said.
Black Love will always and continue to always exist.
Ed told me that I am healed because he's seen the story from middle to now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, because we met in like 2007. So I've known this motherfucker for a long time, and he's probably seen me in all of my relationships, like each one that I mentioned or whatever. And he sees where I'm at now, and he's like, all right. But I don't know if Ed is healed. Like,
Ed is not healed. We need to get Ed. We need to get Ed some work. We need to get you some work.
Listen,
bro.
so next podcast is Ed's relationship status, and then after that we're doing Jay's. I
just want to say to all the ladies that are listening who may hear the sexy voice I have, I am single as fuck.
Jay single,
and you can actually slide in my DM.
Jay is my internet boyfriend,
but you need to be in the Bay Area though.
You gotta go.
No, because she's gonna block everybody. She's gonna block everybody. Meanwhile, she's gonna be MIA for 3 months.
You gonna
doing her own thing.
No,
we ain't doing that.
And Krista gonna be standing there like, all right, listen.
No, we ain't doing that.
Let me talk to you, young man.
No, we ain't doing that.
Let me talk to you, young lady. Let me talk to you, young whippersnapper.
Yes. Submit all applications for Jay.
No. We ain't doing that. No, we ain't doing that. This part will be cut out. This part will be cut out.
Oh, shit. 100%. Submit all applications to date Jay to my inbox, please.
You gotta cut that out.
Nah, I'm not cutting it out, but submit it to me. All right, man.
Podcast.
Method message.
Look at what Crystal brings.
Black Love. We are going to end the method message on that for sure. Yeah. Remy.
Yes, sir.
Are we doing correlations tonight, sir?
I can always do correlations.
I need you to be prepared for correlations. So prepared. It's your segment.
Listen, no, but listen. Let me
tell you, yay or nay.
Let me tell you how I feel about correlations.
Yay or nay.
I ain't got no correlations this week.
So we are not doing correlations, which means
see what happens when there's no woman involved in this.
It sounds like you want to be here every Thursday, Crystal.
I can't commit. I got commitment issues.
Please change your schedule.
Let's see. If you got commitment issues,
I got commitment issues. Surely y'all know about that. You can relate.
This is a time for a toast. Grab your drinks. We are about to toast. All right. So, glasses up, everyone that's listening, that is watching, and the table.
If you got a drink, it's time to finish it.
Yes, here is the toast. We have peaks and we have valleys. We have down times and we have rallies. We have good friends and we have good conversations. And some of the best times are always done over libations. Salute.
Hey. Salute.
Salute, salute, salute. All right, final thoughts.
Delicious podcast.
Final thoughts. Anything that you want to say in general?
Listen,
could be about the podcast, could be about life, about whatever. Any final thoughts?
I feel like Yeah, the LGBTQ community needs to free Dave Chappelle. Because they came for the baby and now they got Dave Chappelle.
He did a joke about that too, about the baby.
First of all, the baby really shot somebody and killed him? Geeky
But
B.
here's the thing he said at the end of his special. He said, I'm open to conversation and I'm not going to do another joke about y'all until we have these conversations. Whatever it is y'all feel y'all need to say to me so I can say what I got to say to y'all.
Yeah.
And we can clear the air. Because sometimes you got to call a motherfucker. Ain't that thing I learned earlier? You got to call a motherfucker and figure shit out.
Pick up the phone, man. Pick up the phone.
So hopefully, you know, he will be healed from this situation.
I hope so.
Crystal,
for me,
final thoughts.
You know,
any wise words to the black women out there?
Wise words.
Get
I
you a
would
black
say,
fucking man. Get you a black man.
Everything Crystal
Get you a
say.
black man. Get you a 5 foot. Get you a 5'9", 40-year-old man with a bald head.
Like I said, submit all your applications for Jay. No, seriously, like, so, you know, y'all know those fucking, like, memes that are like, girl, check your inbox, whatever your dude is in your inbox. Like, swear to God, sis, check your...
Oh, we didn't talk about your post real quick. Hold on. So talk about your, the games playing thing on your TikTok.
Oh, testing. Oh,
Testing.
yeah. So people are calling me dumb on TikTok because, you know, they know me so well. But,
what's your name on TikTok? Let me play the clip real quick. Hold on. Let me find this real quick.
Crystal Clear Vizzy 1.
I can do that.
On TikTok, go follow me.
Because we play clips.
What is it?
Let's do this.
Crystal. Right there. Go back. Righto. Damn, she fine.
So this is a Crystal
Man
TikTok
Logic?
exclusive.
6 days ago, 1 week ago. Man, Logic be confusing. Hold on, let me find this.
That's the one.
How come when y'all send y'all homeboy in to test your girl's loyalty and she has an accident and ends up sleeping with him, how come it's only her loyalty that's tested and not his? Cause Man Logic is confusing, and that shit right there made me cry all night. Like, that's confusing.
So I got to answer to that question.
All right, let's talk about it.
I knew he wasn't shit. I was trying to figure you out.
What do you mean?
Boom.
You knew your homeboy wasn't
you
shit?
send your whole homeboy in there to do some whole shit. You know he gonna fuck your girl if she gonna throw it back.
Do people really do that though?
Yes, they do.
People really do
You
that.
trying to figure her out.
9,000 views on that video says that yes, people fucking do that.
Saying.
So people actually will send their homeboy
I've never experienced
or their
that.
homegirl into a situation.
And I would never do that. We would never do that.
And do that.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's so immature to me.
Yeah.
First of all, why would you even try to put your partner in that kind of situation?
Exactly.
That's the first thing.
To find
Nah,
out
fuck
what
that.
she would do.
Fuck that.
Here's the thing. If you
No.
do that, if you
No.
I'll say this. If you're to a position where you feel like that's the thing you need to do, you don't know this motherfucker.
And you don't need to be with them.
Agreed. But you don't know that at the time. You know you need to find out if she gonna fuck this nigga. So you like, all right, fuck it. Get in
And
there.
first,
dog.
and why you sending your homeboy in there? Like, this just don't make no sense, man. I think we all do testing to some degree.
Of course.
Right? So
the first date is a test.
So for me, what I do, pay attention, ladies, this is what I do, right? If I have been doing all the initiating, all the initial calling, all the initial texting, all the initial planning for dates, after a certain period of time, I'm not saying when that is, I'm going to stop doing it.
Yeah.
I want to see that if this person going to be just as interested in me as I am in them. Are they going to be like, damn, I ain't hear from Jay.
So
let me reach out.
So I used to do the same thing, but here's where the issue comes in. The issue becomes the training. So you trained me.
You've gotten used to that.
You trained me.
But that's what y'all expect.
But
yes.
no.
That's
You
what I'm saying.
created that expectation though.
I'm a Crystal on this one.
So you trained me to believe that you're gonna do this all the time, every single time. And now when you don't, we got a problem.
Right. And
when you
especially
should have, you should just not lead with the things you don't want to stick to.
Well, see,
especially if they.
But here's the thing.
Like if they like all of this and they're like, all right.
Here's the thing.
It's been 8 weeks and now you're different.
I'm okay with them identifying that there's a problem.
Yeah.
What I want to see,
if they were gonna do,
if they reach out and say, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I haven't heard from you.
Yeah.
All right. Now I know that she fucking cares.
Okay. That's a small
I'm okay with it being she identifying that I have now changed my pattern.
Mm-hmm.
I am not doing what I'm doing. Now, is she going to be the person that reach out and say, hey, I heard from you?
Yeah.
Because now in that moment, I know she's checking for me.
I agree with you.
You feel me?
I just think like don't train people to expect certain things from you if that's not something that you're going to provide. So I would, you know, probably like be something else like, oh, Jay, you planned the last one, which I do. Like, you planned the last one, so this one's on me kind of thing. So you can know, like, don't expect me to be the life of the fucking party all the time.
100%. And I don't want to be the one initiating sex every damn time either.
Yes, you do.
All right.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
But
anyway, sorry.
So the question, right? The test that these idiots are putting their girls through,
Which is
right?
stupid. Don't do that
It's just
shit.
stupid as hell. It's not about their loyalty. And how can you say that the girl was unloyal, but your homie was loyal?
He was not.
How was he loyal to you?
Because he would have stopped it. He would have stopped it.
He had every opportunity
He would
to
have
stop
stopped it. He would have stopped it.
Assuming that that's the homie that I expect to be loyal. Like, this ain't the nigga I take with me when I
It's
go to
also
fucking,
some immature shit.
It's extremely
I agree. All I'm
because-
saying is, when you do that, if you doing that, you picking the homie
Here's the
carefully.
thing.
You're like, he's the one that's definitely gonna fuck my girl.
Here's the thing.
I'm just saying.
If you would
I
hit
was
me
gonna
up,
do that.
if you hit me up and be like, yo, Jay, I want to test out
Which I would not.
and see if Rhonda is loyal.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna invite her. I want you to invite her over.
I'm
like, Remy, what the fuck, bro?
And that's what should happen.
I'm like, no. I'm just
secure.
saying, I wouldn't do that.
I'm not that
I would like,
insecure.
yo, that's not what you want to
process
do.
my emotions in a way to know that I am not that.
So if any man or even any woman is willing to go through the setup,
yeah. And
Cut 'em
how
off.
can you?
Sometimes you don't know it's a setup till you in it.
Cut 'em off.
Right, but you're claiming that your friend is loyal, right? Because you sent them on this mission.
No,
but
I'm
how-
not.
No, not you.
I mean
People in the
you.
comments.
I'm saying
People in the
like
comments.
the people in my comments, right?
Yeah.
They're saying that their friend proved the loyalty because they went through with it.
Yeah.
So how do you trust them around your next girlfriend?
You know what it is? If he went and did it, that's kind of loyalty. Ain't it kind of loyalty?
It's loyalty
Like,
because
if
you
I
asked
say,
him to do it.
Hey, go fuck my girl. I want you to definitely do your best to fuck my girl. And if he fails, I'd still value him because he did what I told him to do, and I still value her because she did what
But
she was
here's the
supposed
thing:
to do.
if it was real loyalty, he would get right to the edge.
He don't need to cross the
and then-
threshold.
and won't cross it.
Right.
I agree, but if he does cross the threshold, you just learn something about her.
And you learn
If
something
he
about
don't
him.
cross the threshold, you never really learn anything about her. You never know if she.
No,
will
if you
really
got
do it.
evidence, absolutely.
The evidence is the sex.
No.
The evidence is the end.
No.
Y'all ain't never
No.
watched CSI. Y'all
Nah.
ain't never watched what are the FBI files. How many
No.
goddamn
Remy's drunk,
police
guys.
shows
Calm
I gotta
down.
mention? if
Calm
somebody
down.
thinking about doing some shit ain't doing some shit.
The evidence is all you need is enough
you
to be
trust
in the
in-
same space.
Then you're trusting his word against
Right?
hers, and you don't know that she would
So
do
you
it.
gotta
It's
put-
not proof.
that's
It's not
not-
proof.
At
Hey,
any
you
point,
can't put it on
at
CSI.
any point, if someone approaches your
I hope y'all
woman
listening.
in the DM or in a text, and she does not shut that shit down, or if he does not shut that shit down, that's a problem.
Some bitches like to flirt.
Nah,
Some
fuck
bitches like
that.
to flirt. Some bitches will be like, all right, I done played with this nigga enough.
I'm just telling you
not
right- no, no,
inviting
no,
him
no.
to my
I'm telling you
house.
right now.
I'm not inviting him to my
I'm telling you
home.
right now. If I'm
Like,
with,
I flirted and this was fun. I would not be seeing you
no,
tomorrow.
I'm
You know
not
what
doing
I'm saying?
that.
Some women don't
I'm
do
telling
this.
you right now. If the woman I'm with entertains a DM and flirting, she ain't the one for me.
Oh, wow.
All right.
We're done. No, don't entertain it. All right, so my final thoughts. My final thoughts is this. I've been removing people from having access to me lately for reasons that in the past I would just let ride or just let slide. But I decided that I'm no longer letting that shit slide. I'm not being the bigger person for people not in my circle. So I want to say this as a reminder to anyone listening and watching. Restrict access to people if they troll you. Refuse access to people if they talk about you. Remove access to people if they try you. And reduce access to people if they trouble you. This goes for associates, friends, family, and foes. You control your access, and the only person you can blame for having people in your life who don't actually like you is yourself. Everyone hasn't earned access to you, and sometimes you have to reevaluate the access you've given. Apply your access accordingly.
The block button exists for a reason.
Bro, I had people the other day get mad at me because I went off on a couple people. I gave them their business.
Ooh.
But they came out and they tried me, right? Now in the past, I would let that shit slide. smart comments, smart ass comments, smart ass opinions. I'm like, whatever, ain't that serious.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that shit no more.
Yeah.
And so I gave them the business. Now, at the point when they realized that I was clapping back at them, that was the opportunity to dead it. But if they don't dead it, I'm not being a bigger person no more. And if they try to troll me, I'm removing them. I don't care if it's friends or family.
Indeed.
Right? Because I think people think they have the right to have access to you because they see you on social media. They can give you whatever opinion they want, unsolicited opinions about shit they don't even know nothing about your life, about who you are,
Oh yeah.
Indeed.
I get that shit a lot.
And so if people do that, like, let the shit go. No, let them go.
That's basically a form of trolling. Like if you're all up under my comments and all you got is some negative shit to say
all the
I'm
time.
not posting this for you. This wasn't for you.
All
shut the
the
fuck
time.
up. Like you could be my friend and shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I had somebody come on my post the other day, and we had just had a confrontation on social media like a few days prior. I posted my vision board picture of what I did. The person came onto that vision board post and said, "Well, you've been in quarantine all this time. You should have more stuff on your vision board." Now, we had just had a conversation about her coming on my post talking about my COVID situation, where I was asking what was going on the prior weekend, where I was already tested negative for the COVID. Comes on there saying some smart stuff about, aren't you positive for COVID? So now she's coming onto this post about my vision board and making slight comments about it. You know what? You got to go.
Yeah.
Because you're trolling at this point. And so I just think people should when people troll you, they're not your friend. If they're because your friend's not going to do that. If they have true issues or concerns, they're going to hit you up on the side.
Yeah.
There's a vast difference between like constructive criticism and trolling. Trolling typically happens online. Constructive criticism is man to man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk to you about your shit directly to you so you know that this is serious. Not some fucking online bullshit or through a text message or whatever the fuck it is. It's all that new communication and it doesn't work the same way.
Yeah.
100%.
So
well, I made a decision this week. I'm no longer turning the other cheek. So
I'm with you.
I'm
with you. I'm not being I am no longer being a bigger person.
Malcolm X, not MLK.
Right.
Not today.
I'm
not
so
today.
tired of carrying the burden of being a bigger fucking person.
Right?
That shit is exhausting.
Yesterday.
I'm with you. I'm
Fuck
with you.
that. If we going to hell.
With you.
You go low.
I'm with you.
We going to the depths of Satan's ass crack.
And it sucks that you have to get to that point. But people who are good people or who are trying to just be neutral,
I didn't know you read
tend to get taken advantage of. You know what I mean? So fuck that shit. So
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, I'm not being a bigger person. So anybody listening, if you're offended by my comments, fuck you. I don't care.
People, listen. Once you get to this point, you got the right to not be the bigger person. We done been the bigger person enough.
Yeah. And my thing is this: if I had a true concern with something that you posted, Remy, or something that Crystal posted that triggered me, or I felt some kind of way, I'm like, yo, Chris, what's going on?
Yeah,
like,
you'll pick your spot to try to have the conversation. You'll open.
I'm not gonna try you on a public space.
You'll open the floor for dialogue where it's necessary.
Yeah, I had a friend actually reach out to me about me being confrontational with these individuals who came on my post talking all this stuff. They was like, it's not like you, blah blah blah. I said, first, I appreciate and I love you
if
for
you
reaching
see
out.
me in the streets, nigga, you don't know me.
No, but I want her to know that I appreciate her taking it offline and reaching out.
Yeah.
I said, I appreciate you, but here's why I did what I did. And I broke it down, and she understood, right? Because people don't see the full picture sometimes.
No.
They don't see what's happening in that moment. They don't see what happened prior to that.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And so I'm with you. I'm not being a bigger person anymore.
Yeah.
Unless it's my friends. If someone in my media circle, I might be the bigger person. But not in the associates and strangers. Fuck that.
I don't know. I get tired.
Justin said, I choose violence.
I choose violence. I choose violence.
I'm going with violence from now on because I'm tired. Because I also think it sets a precedent.
You gotta look at your watch and be like, I got time for violence.
I got time today. I got time today.
Violence. Let's just.
And if the people that really know you and they see you got time today, they should just step away.
Right.
Because that means you about to go in.
The ones that know.
Yeah.
The ones that know. All right, y'all. We're going to end it on that. Crystal, Clear Vision, where can your sorry ass TikTok people, I'm joking.
He's such a hater.
Where can your followers, where can people find you at?
You can find me on Facebook at Crystal Clear Vision, Instagram at The Clearest of Them All.
But do you actually accept friend requests on Facebook?
Look, stay on my business, okay? Are you in my business?
I feel privileged.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Why are you saying Facebook? And you ain't gonna deny all of them.
Wait, are we friends on Facebook?
Yes, Remy,
Okay,
we're friends.
I just want to make sure. I don't want to be outside the circle.
I open the
them
gates
outside.
every now and then. I open the gates every
The
now and then.
pearly gates.
What
are
gate you
open
talking
every
about?
now and
Shut
then.
up. Anyways.
The pearly gates, dog. She's like, it's
And on TikTok.
like there's WAP in here if you want it. There's WAP. It's all WAP in here, baby. Ain't number.
Wow.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
that's true, but still. Yeah, and then on TikTok on Crystal Clear Vizzy 1.
All right, Remy, what can your people find you?
Millennium Mulatto on Instagram. I'm not really on the other apps like that. You can follow a Method Podcast on Instagram.
You're on Twitter, though.
I am on Twitter, but that's not for everybody.
Okay.
That's not for everybody. You got to be privileged to get to my Twitter. You got to listen.
So Twitter is more privileged than
So-
Facebook for you.
Yeah, like you know where white privilege is. You got to be even more than that to access my Twitter. Like white privilege don't cut it. You got to have mulatto privilege. All right, let's move.
All right.
Of course, you can find me on the only app that really matters at this point,
TikTok.
and that's TikTok. Because the rest of that shit is bullshit.
All right. Except we're also literally recording live on Facebook.
Exactly.
Literally live on Facebook. I mean, we hey, Facebook, we ain't mean that. Hey, Mark, stop playing. Stop
Hey,
playing, Mark.
you know what's funny is people talk so much
We ain't even
shit.
talk about the outage,
People
dog.
talking so much shit about Facebook.
Yeah.
And the minute it went down, they did not know what to do with their lives.
I saw a podcast that was talking about, they think that when that happened, all of the anxiety in the world would have like dissipated. But I think it went the other way. I think as soon as everybody was like, where the fuck is Facebook? What the fuck am I supposed to do now? Like, you ain't got shit to do online.
There was another app that said they gained
that's
like
what you was about to
5 billion members when Facebook went down.
What app?
But
Can't
also,
remember the name of the app. It
Mark
wasn't-
Zuckerberg lost like $6 billion.
Well, he
Just-
deserves to.
Yeah.
Y'all don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
It's very suspicious.
Facebook is
That
the most
Facebook
suspicious-
went down right after the whistleblower was talking all this shit
No,
about what they were doing.
It's
Listen.
definitely suspicious.
Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram all went down at the same time.
Well,
and then they
well-
all came back up at the same
But
time.
that's
He
because
owns
they
them.
all
He
use
owns
it-
them.
That's because they all use the same servers.
Right.
So if somebody like fucking, if a terrorist attack happened and they went for Facebook, they would hit also Instagram and WhatsApp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they just all
Now,
probably.
the reason you didn't laugh at, you don't find that suspicious.
I work for Facebook.
Because you're not on TikTok.
Oh no.
Crystal knows that phrase. Because on TikTok, there's a viral
yeah,
video.
no, I didn't catch
You
it.
don't find that
I didn't
suspicious.
catch that. I got it. All right.
Anyway, Method Heads, we
I'm not
appreciate
TikTok
y'all.
savvy.
We will be back next Thursday.
I hope y'all
8
had a good
p.m.
time. I had a good time.
Remember to share this shit. Follow me at DJ Noetic on TikTok. I never said that.
Hey, we do this every week, every Thursday,
Every
8
week from
o'clock.
now, unless y'all don't support us. And
If
then we're gonna
you
shut
want
down.
me to be here, just say that.
Slide in her
if the
DM.
if the podcast is 1,000 times better because I'm fucking here, then just say that.
Crystal, you're the only one that's not trying to be here. We've already, both Remy and I both said you
let
can
me just
come
say
anytime.
this.
Come.
If you want us to show up, y'all gotta show up for us.
What did Jerry
So if y'all
Maguire
want
say?
Crystal to be here, y'all
Help
gotta let
me.
Crystal know that she's supposed to be here. If y'all
Help
want us
me
to be here,
help you.
Y'all gotta let us know
Help
that we
me
better fucking
help
be
you.
here.
I got commitment issues.
So you be here next Thursday?
No.
We could do 4 people next week.
I got a date.
I think next week we're gonna do polyamory, right? Polyamory relationships.
I think that's a good idea. I think we sort of started to delve in that territory. I feel like it's time to bring it back.
All right, so next week polyamory relationships. We may have 4 people.
Let's
Who
go.
knows? All right, we'll holler at you next week. Appreciate you.
Clink.